Good morning, family. Welcome to today's Lessons for Life. Today is Friday, April 10th, 2009, and today we're reading in Joshua chapter 6. And first, let me start off. As I always say, I encourage you to read it for yourself, see what you get from it. Emails we'll put on the blog. But we see as we're reading through this chapter that Joshua and the children of Israel have come upon Jericho, and basically the city of Jericho is on lockdown. They put their walls are up, they're closed up, nobody's going in, nobody's going out because the children of Israel are right there. So what the Lord tells Joshua to do is to have them, circle around the city as you read it for yourself. Circle around the city, and then on the seventh day, circle around it 7 times and shout. And then as you see what happens, then when they shout, this wall just falls down. They're able to go into the city and possess that city. And what I wanted to bring up really from this even first portion of this chapter for Lessons for Life is just how that wall was, I can imagine they're coming up and this wall is a great obstacle to them. And they really don't have to, do any of their own labor to get this wall to come down. All they have to do is listen to what the Lord commands them to do. Even though, even as I'm reading it, I'm sure when they were there, it didn't quite make sense to them. What would we mean, circle around the city and then blow the trumpet and then shout, and this wall is gonna, the wall's gonna come down. But that's what they had to do. They had to follow the commandment of the Lord, and then He really was gonna take care of the rest. So, how can we apply this for Lessons for Life? For us today, we have walls in our life that we face. We have obstacles that come up in our life, and it's not for us to, totally take it on ourselves. Because imagine if the children of Israel had started, as they came upon this wall, said, well, let me just, see if I can knock it down, and start trying to hit on the wall or bang on the door, whatever, to knock it down. They wouldn't have even gotten into the city because they didn't follow the commandment of the Lord. So what they needed to do was just follow His commandment, and then the obstacle really just disappeared, or He took care of it. So what we need to do is, and what we fail to do sometimes, is just allow God to do His work. Allow Him to do His work and to take care of some of these obstacles for us by us being, faithful, by us being obedient to the word of the Lord and to the commandments and all the laws that we've even read before. And that's what we are required to do. And then the Lord will take care of His part of it. So we kind of, when we face certain obstacles in life, we kind of don't allow God to do His part because we kind of take it on for ourselves. But our part, our responsibility is actually to be faithful to what He's told us to do and what we know we're supposed to be doing, and staying committed to that. And then a lot of these obstacles might just disappear from us, just like how this obstacle just fell down in front of them. So that's what I got as I was reading from even this first portion about how they didn't really do any physical work. They just was obedient, and then this obstacle just took care of itself, or God just took care of this obstacle for them. So we need to do that, follow that same thing as well too, with the obstacles that we come up in life, and for things that I know that I'm supposed to be doing, or that is really the direction I'm supposed to be heading. It's not for me sometimes to take on all these challenges and these even it would be headaches sometimes for me too to take on all this stuff on myself. But really just be faithful to what I know the Lord wants me to do, and then these doors will open up for me, these walls will come down for me. So that's what reading from that first portion. And then just quickly on the second, as we read down through, as they went into the city, then you see how Rahab and her entire family and their household was saved just because of her protecting those spies that came into the city before. So it's interesting, it's just another thing to note, that she wasn't one of the children of Israel. She was actually, it says, a harlot. And because of her actions, she was actually able to save her entire household. So that's just another thing I want to bring up with Lessons for Life, that just based upon her action, even though she was a sinner and she was a harlot, whatever, but because she was at that time she was faithful, or she really reverenced God because she protected the spies, or His servants, I would say, then her entire household was saved. So really with that, I want to share for Lessons for Life. Create yourself a wonderfully blessed day today. As we were talking about before, these obstacles that come up against you, don't take it all on yourself, because it's not for you to take on for yourself, but just be committed and faithful for what the Lord wants you to do. And you'll see some of these obstacles will just fall down and disappear in front of your face, and doors will open up for you. So create yourself a wonderfully blessed day today, and we will talk again tomorrow.